Bar Reeve basketball is on the air. Tonight's game brought to you by Bobcat of Davies County, by Williams Brothers Pharmacy, by A&R Home Center in Washington, by the Montgomery Raritan Club, by RTC Communications and Davies County Hospital and the Core Center, by Washington Chrysler, by Edward Jones and their advisors Sarah Browning, Doug Bubalo, and Scott Cordova, by Thompson Insurance, Crane and Credit Union, by Bill Dobson Ford, Red Bones in Montgomery, by the First Savings Bank, Graver Post Buildings, by Hart Family Chiropractic in Campbellburg, by Purdue Farms and Garrett Gingrich Construction, Dr. Lana Helms, by Helena in Montgomery, JJ's Concrete, by Alex Snebb and German American Investments, by Jones & Sons Concrete, by Apex Enterprises, by AJI Trucking, and by Montgomery Medical. Now, let's go courtside to the voice of the Vikings. And a good evening to everybody. It is Thursday night, and all around the state of Indiana tonight, it is the end of the regular season for a majority of girls basketball teams across the state, with sectional play next week. And tonight we are here in Montgomery, Indiana, and it is a big one here tonight. It is Class 2A, top-ranked North Knox coming in with just one loss on the season, and the Bar Eve Lady Vikings, with their best season in 6 or 7 years, looking for win number 14 here tonight. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike DeCourcy. I'm going to be joined shortly here by my friend and my boss, Bar Eve Principal Jeff Doyle, my normal sidekick, Brian Emmons. He is somewhere in beautiful Detroit, Michigan tonight. No, he is not trying to recreate 8 Mile or any other rap lyric or any of that. He is on business, and he will be back tomorrow, and he'll be with us on all of the girls tournament broadcasts, so certainly look forward to him being back. But for tonight, it's the boys team, and it's myself and Jeff Doyle, and we're going to bring this to you. As we mentioned, North Knox, they come in with a stellar record, and not only that, a reputation that is very, very, very highly regarded around the state. As we mentioned, just one loss. It was a close loss to Brownstown Central up in the Eastern Green Holiday Tournament, and that's one that I don't think you can put a bunch of stock in. Obviously, Brownstown Central is a very good basketball team, but in a lot of situations like that, when you're playing 2 games in a day and 3 and 4 games in 2 days, and there's not a lot of time to prepare, obviously things can go sideways from time to time, but that's the only blemish on the record for these North Knox Lady Warriors. They come in top-ranked in 2A, and if you're looking for some good news from Viking Nation, I'm afraid I don't have a bunch for you, because 4 of their 5 starters tonight are either freshmen or sophomores. They do start one senior, Regan Hamelman, but for the most part, these Lady Warriors are going to be here. They're going to be really good for a long time, and certainly they are going to be a force. And in the last year or so, it seems they've kind of grabbed that mantle as the best girls basketball team over in Knox County. They're undefeated against their Knox County opponents this year, and quite frankly, 2 of those Knox County opponents, South Knox, and then last Saturday night against Vincennes Lincoln, no other way to put it, they put one on their county rivals, the Vincennes Lincoln Alice's, and really, really made it difficult for them. So we are going to go ahead and take our first time out, and when we come back, we'll have starting lineups and the opening tip. Back to Bar Eve right after this. High School. Welcome to tonight's regular season finale and Blue Chip Conference contest between our visitors tonight, the Lady Warriors of North Knox High School, and your own Bar Eve, the Lady Vikings. Introducing the starters first tonight for our guests, the Lady Warriors of North Knox High School. At a forward position, a sophomore, 5 feet 6 inches tall, number 1, Brenna Collins. Also in the starting lineup tonight, a 5'7" freshman, number 11, Lexi Primus. Also starting at a guard position tonight, a 5'7" sophomore, number 12, Alex McKinley. And at another guard position tonight, 5'3" and a sophomore, number 30, Brooklyn Sturgeon. And rounding out the starting lineup tonight, 5'7" and a guard, number 34 and a senior, Reagan Hamelman. Lady Warriors are coached by Steve Muir, assisted by Jesse Parker, Josh Adams, Charlene Grove, and Jordan Muir. And now, the starting lineups for your Bar Eve, the Lady Vikings. Starting at one guard position tonight, a 5'5" senior, number 12, Colleen Trimble. She's joined in the starting lineup tonight by a 5'6" sophomore, number 32, Liv Emmons. Third guard tonight, a 5'6" junior, number 20, Willow Thompson. Starting at a forward position tonight, 5'9" and a junior, number 42, Ava Carter. And rounding out the Lady Vikings starting lineup, a 6'1" sophomore, number 14, Hannah Bledsoe. The Lady Vikings are coached by Lacey Higgins, assisted by Sam Gines, Ashley Birch, and Kinley Lester. And back at Bar Eve High School. Little double duty tonight. We'll talk about the starters. If you didn't hear me in the background, I'm doing the PA tonight as well. Tip is going to be up. It's going to be controlled by Bar Eve. As we mentioned a little bit, Vikings a little short-handed tonight. Beth Graber probably not going to see much action at all, just a slight ankle turn, and the coaching staff holding her out for precautionary reasons. And it didn't take long. North Knox, as we talked about their defensive pressure, they're going to take it away. That was Hamelman. And now the Warriors are going to attack. Looks like Bar Eve going to start in a 3-2 zone. Good evening, Jeff Doyle.
Yeah, good evening, Coach DeCourcy. Bar Eve, this is a defense you don't see out of this team too much this year. 3-2 zone as a three-pointer by North Knox is taken and no good, so it works on the first possession.
Yeah, that was McKinley. She's a lefty. Left it a little short. Good start, good closeout for Bar Eve. Now pass looking for Bledsoe out of bounds, and Liv kind of threw that as a line drive. Maybe needed more of a teardrop right there, Jeffrey.
Yes, and, this is going to be a game where Knox doesn't have a lot of height, so I'm sure that's part of the game plan. Get inside to Hannah, see if we can expose their lack of height. But the one thing we got to do, they're just really quick. You just can't force it in there. You got to move the ball, get a couple of rotations, and see if you can dump it down after that.
And that's the hallmark of this North Knox squad. I can't tell you how many times this year I've heard people say, I can't believe they're not any bigger than they are, and they come out and they just grind you down on the defensive end. And now Colleen going to take one away. So Tramball on the left side.
Oh, great pass.
Yeah, she was looking for Ava Carter, and Hamelman going to race back and break it up, and Bar Eve going to get it on the baseline.
Yeah, Colleen was coming down the left side of the lane. She dumps it down to Ava. Ava had her hands on it momentarily, and North Knox knocks it out, but it still will be Bar Eve's ball.
So no score, just underway. Willow Thompson, and her pass is going to be kicked.
Well, and one thing, you have a freshman and a sophomore out there for North Knox, and this is a really good team, but it's also a young team.
Yeah, all four starters are freshmen and sophomores, and then talking to my friend Tom Lee, and you'll see the little numbers, 7, 8, 9, where people may eventually come in the game for the Warriors. I mean, lots of underclassmen, too, as Willow shot up no good. Hamelman going to rebound it. Warriors back quickly, and McKinley shot no good, but she got fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, good two-on-one fast break, made the diagonal pass to a streaking Warrior, and Bari foul, so 2 shots for North Knox. You talked about Beth Graber not getting the start. Good, it's a good thought for the Bari team, because especially with the draw we have. We feel like we're right there where we could get a sectional championship. We're not the favorite, but we're right in there. But it's kind of a bad deal for Beth not getting to play in her last home game in her career. But this Viking team has bigger things on its agenda.
Yeah, McKinley splits the pair. It's 1-0 Warriors. And ball on the floor in the backcourt, and you try to cross over in front of North Knox, and that's what they are going to do. Tie up and possession arrow back to North Knox.
And you kind of talked about it. It's just kind of relentless. It just wears on you. You might be able to break it 2 or 3 times, and you're like, okay, this is not too bad. But then you're like, you've got to do it 60 more times.
Yeah, and it's relentless, good, hard, pressure defense. And now North Knox going to throw one out of bounds, and that's an errant pass. They don't do that very often. And this is an area where the other night against South Knox, at least in the beginning of the game, is now pass going to be taken back. But when you had some opportunities to really grow that lead and didn't do it, and North Knox, Hamelman going to go down, flip one in. It's 3-0.
Yeah, but Reeve, this has kind of been a slow start for North Knox, and you're down 3-0. You got to convert a little bit, and there's going to be a travel as the pressure comes, and Colleen just shuffled her feet there.
When it gets a team like North Knox, and you hear people say this all the time, Jeffrey, if you're handling the ball, or you've got to change speed, you've got to change pace, you got to change direction. You can't just sprint in a straight line. That's what they want you to do. Yeah,
exactly. And, all of them are pretty quick. They take an outside shot there. They get the rebound. They're not real big, but they definitely crash.
Now their second 3 is up, and that is good. And that's Lexi Primus. She is a freshman, 6-0. See some of her family. If you're a Barivian, you know that the Primus Miller family kind of crosses a time or two. So good to see all of them here tonight.
Your Bar-Eve, let's see if we can get into a half-court set, get used to this pressure, see if we can get it into Hannah. There's going to be a foul call. And that's one thing, if you want to stay in this game, is maybe draw some fouls on North Knox to where they've got to go to their bench, get some of these starters on the sideline, because they're going to pressure you. So maybe we get a game that's called pretty tight tonight.
Yeah, and talking to their radio people, Mr. Tom Lee, he says, hey, there are times where Coach Steve Muir, he'll go down to number 12, and it's not courtesy playing time. He feels like he's got that many people he can throw in the game. Imagine that, Jeffrey, 12 varsity players. I've been told you can only play 5 sometimes.
Yeah,
especially in girls basketball.
Well, exactly. There's you develop that bench, and it's going to pay dividends because you just never know when you've got to go to it. So it's good to see people are still utilizing their bench.
And that's something that Coach Lacey Higgins has done a good job of this year. Is now another unforced turnover going to bounce, and it's going to hit Liv Emmons. And that bench for Bar-Eve, Jeffrey, it's going to be pivotal next week. It's going to be absolutely pivotal if we're going to win a sectional.
Well, and you got to play 3 games, and you play a Shoals team who's had some pretty impressive results here, and if you can get by that, you're most likely play a New Orleans team that you beat maybe by 3 the first game of the year. Another battle, and then if you get there, then you probably have Valley or Vincent's Reveille waiting on you. So 3 games, that's a lot, and you got to travel too. So.
Liv going to pull up off the missed shot, knock in a triple. That's a cash for Kendall 3. Vikings slice that lead in half at 6-3.
And is it Brian Emmons tonight?
It is Brian Emmons, who I got a text from. He's up in Detroit on business. He'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, Liv looked really pure right on that shot. She was coming down, trailing on the break. Good pass to her. She shot in rhythm. And that's going to be something we've got to be able to make some shots next week because everybody's going to play. Hannah's got to give us some points inside, but we've got to be able to hit those outside shots because they're going to build their defenses to stop her. So we're going to need girls like Liv to step up.
Now another turnover on North Knox, and they're going to foul Ellie Knipp on the other end. So 4 minutes, 20 seconds left, first quarter, 6-3.
And if you're Coach Lacey Higgins, halfway through this first quarter, you're just down 6-3, and they have 4 or 5 turnovers already. So so far you've been lucky and fortunate that North Knox hasn't been able to capitalize, and there's going to be a 5-second call right there. And that's we kind of went through the motions on that out-of-bounds play. You've got to really get to your spots because they're going to deny, and it probably make 2 cuts.
Yeah, your second, your third cuts are going to be imperative here tonight. So 6-3, and I mentioned that North Knox, it seems like for recent years, Jeffrey, as the Warriors working it around the perimeter, that maybe Reve has been, kind of year in, year out. Now Coach Muir going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. But Reve's probably been the best team year in and year out in Knox County here for probably the last decade. I think this year North Knox has said, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and grab that title back from you.
Yeah, and it's not like North Knox has not had a strong program.
Right.
It's just they're starting to take it to the next level. And there's been a constant there, Coach Steve Muir. And then you look at their coaches, it's the same people down the line. I see
Charlene
Grove. She works. She was also here for the junior high game, and now she's on the varsity bench too. So
to put that into perspective for Bar E fans, so they can understand, she's basically the female Albert Kavanaugh for their girls program.
Yeah, and she's multiple sports because she did volleyball for many years too. As her sister-in-law,
Coach Tammy Muir
was the head volleyball coach, and then Tammy's husband, Steve, is the girls' basketball coach, so they both do a great job there, but a lot of credit to Charlene and the job she does.
Yeah, no doubt about it. She's a good person. Now, North Knox, Hamelman going to get whistled for 3 seconds in a lane, so another turnover, and it's still 6-3 halfway through the first quarter, and the Vikings can attack this pressure, Jeffrey. We can make this thing an interesting night, I think.
Yeah, and Coach Steve Muir, he called a timeout because he didn't like what they were doing against this zone defense. As Bari gets it to Ellie Knepp, she's going to try to break the pressure, and they're going to get her for steps. And they just speed you up, and there maybe Ellie needs to get it, split that defender, pick it up, and look for somebody, but it's easier said than done when you have multiple people running and chasing you.
Yeah, no, Willow Thompson looked like she got popped in the stomach earlier, and on the bench catching her breath. Her and Lady Warrior had a collision going for a ball. So North Knox with a 3-point lead and a basketball. Vikings in a 2-3 zone.
Well, and we're really long as Ellie Knepp gets to the corner, but just they're a little bit late as they do drain the three. I thought she was really going to be able to affect that shot.
And that's Madison McCory going to knock it in, and you talk about bench players. As Coach Muir has already dipped in, so foul going to be called on North Knox. That's their third.
And there's something rare about her. She's an upperclassman.
Yeah, there's not many of them. But, when you say upperclassman, she's a junior.
Yes.
So she'll be back also. So 9-3 North Knox. Ava Carter may have got away with a push-off right there. She's going to get it back to Colleen.
And they're going to get Colleen travel. Yep. And just this pressure, it's nonstop. And just she kind of shuffled her feet right there. So hopefully as this game goes on, we get used to it. But what's going to happen is we got to stay within striking distance. Right now it's a 6-point game, so you can't get used to it and be down 15, 16 points.
So North Knox with a 6-point lead and the basketball. McCory's got it. And they're just going to get some ball reversals here. And you just look out there, Jeffrey, and one of the things that's so impressive is these, they are what I would call normal-looking high school girl athletes. There's nobody that's, they're all 5'3" to 5'9", and now that one going to be taken away by Bari. Here comes Colleen.
Yeah, they just came through their feeder program, just played a lot of basketball, and just have the fundamentals of the game.
Liv's got it on the right side. Liv trying to hit a rolling Bledsoe. Bad pass, going to be poked away, and just another turnover. Here comes North Knox.
And we just can't get the ball to Hannah. They're doing a really good job of denying her the ball.
McKinley tried to pull the trigger, couldn't do it. Now they're going to set for another one from the corner. That's going to miss everything, but they're going to have inside position. Hannah Bledsoe going to block that one. And she's going to get it off to Colleen. Bar-Eve needs to get out in the open floor here. Liv's got it on the right side, looking inside. Bad pass going to be poked out of bounds.
Well, Liv had the right idea. She just led her too much as Ava had her girl sealed. North Knox does knock it out, so looks like Colleen will trigger the inbounds pass, and you got Matt Brunson that came into the game for us. Mariah Brunson, a 5'8" junior, into the game for the Vikings.
Colleen with it on the inbounds. Going to get it back to Ellie. Ellie wanted to pull the trigger on the three. She's made a few of them this year. 9-3, North Knox with the lead. Colleen going to dribble it on the left side. Hand it over to Ellie. Ellie going to try to turn the corner. Almost got all the way around. She's going to have it knocked away for a second. Brunson with it on the inside. North Knox going to poke it away. They're going to take it away. Here come the Warriors. McCory's got it.
Oh, there's a travel on them. A rare travel.
Yeah, going to get it up to Hamelman. Hamelman going to shot fake in the lane. Her shot bothered by Bledsoe. She's going to kick it back out. McKinley jumper up. No good. It's going to hang on the rim. And North Knox going to pick it up again. Now they're going to set for a long one. Triple, in and out, no good. And Bar Eve has got to go get the basketball.
And we're blocking out, but we're, just as you said, we're not going after the ball. As Liv Emmons finally comes down with it, and she brings it down with the left hand, crosses it over to Colleen.
Trambaugh looking inside, and that pass connects with Brunson, but she's going to be fouled. That's team foul number 4 already on North Knox.
So, again, minute 16, only down 6, and, how many shots have we gotten up? They're not very many. We've just got to be able to get some more shots up, but this defense is just relentless for North Knox. Liv Emmons comes off the pick, a 3 up and off the mark.
Yeah, that's a good sign that Liv is shooting without hesitation, and that is something that the Vikings, as North Knox, going to travel with it again. And Bar Eve going to get it back.
Okay, North Knox will set up their press offense. And looks like Grace Butcher will inbounds the ball for Bar Eve. And we're going to have to – she gets it into Colleen, and they're going to double-team her. Gets it over to Olivia, back to Grace, and they get in the front court, and she's going to double dribble. Yep, she was trying to get the ball to Hannah, and she was getting ready to make the pass, and North Knox jumped in the passing lane. She picked up the dribble and then dribbled again. So – Murray, a much better job of breaking the press, but still, once they got in the front court, couldn't do anything with it. Inside a minute, and Bar Eve going to sit in this zone. Kind of switch to a 3-2 now.
Shot up in the lane, no good. Colleen going to go get it. Now she's going to be tied up, and possession arrow going to point back to Bar Eve.
So 44 seconds to go. Be full court pressure again for North Knox. Grace Butcher will inbounds the ball. And she's going to throw it away. And she's going to foul number 2. That is McKinley, and it'll be a non-shooting foul.
So North Knox is going to get it on the baseline. Warriors trying to get it. Premise goes back to get it. Now Brunson, good job getting out in the passing lane. She's going to get it off to Colleen. Here comes Trambaugh. And her pass going to lead Brunson too far. Another turnover. And the Warriors going to get it back with 32.
Had the right idea. Brunson was filling that right lane. Just threw it out a little bit too far in front of her and goes out of bounds. And so it looks like North Knox will probably try to get the last shot. Barry's going to sit in this. No, looks like. Nope. They're going to go man-to-man maybe.
It looks like it so far.
Nope. It's going to stay zone, but it's more of a matchup zone. As Colleen really comes out high, she's got to count.
We're down to 10 seconds. Bar Eve in that extended zone. Hamelman's got it. Going to spin it back. Premise going to set for a long one. It's going to be long. Colleen going to grab it, and Bar Eve going to – no, North Knox going to step on the sideline, but with 0.7 left, all the Vikings can do is throw it in and maybe get a heave.
And they're going to try to throw it down to Hannah, and North Knox is going to knock it away, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
At the end of one, 9-3, Lady Warriors lead it. Back for the second quarter after this 1-minute timeout. Back for quarter number 2. 9-3, North Knox leads it, Jeffrey.
Yep, and Barry's going to stay in this zone, and they got it inside, and Barry just stayed single coverage with Hannah Bledsoe, so that was good defense there. Just they're going to try to let her play one-on-one, and there goes North Knox around her, and up no good as they had number 2 down there. Is that Primus?
That's McCory, Madison McCory, little circle cut there. That was a good move against Hannah Bledsoe, but Hannah's just so tall and long that she really bothers almost everything that comes into that lane. So Bari with it, trying to cut into the 6-point lead, and they're going to get an offensive foul on Colleen Tramble. And I got to be honest, Jeffrey, I didn't see what was happening. I was looking near the top of the key.
And I was doing the same thing. I was following the ball. It looked like Colleen was trying to set a down screen for Olivia Emmons, and I just saw Colleen on the ground, actually the North Knox defender, so did not see what happened.
Coach Steve Mira wants full timeout. We'll go ahead and take one. 7:14, second quarter, 9-3 Warriors. Back in 1 minute. Back at Bar E, 9-3. North Knox leads it out of the timeout. Corey's got it over to Primus. Primus, little shot fake. They're going to go around the horn. There's McKinley. McKinley going to go down lane left hand. Her shot going to be wiped out by Bledsoe. And I see Coach Steve Muir put his hands on his head. I'm going to guess, Jeffrey, as North Knox going to take it right back away, but I'm going to guess they've talked about Hannah Bledsoe down there all week long.
Yep, and North Knox, they shoot it up, no good. Follow up is good, and that was number 30, Sturgeon. She gets her first 2 points, and they're going to – did they call a foul or just call out of bounds?
They're going to say that Liv stepped out, and just looking at it as I was marking that down, it certainly looked like a bump out of bounds.
Well, I know Coach Higgins had a really good view, and she wasn't real happy with the call.
So 11-3.
But this defense that Barry's playing, I mean, 11 points, 10 minutes into the game, this is the kind of defense that's going to keep you in games, okay? I mean, we're not going to play somebody the likes of North Knox in the sectional as far as the caliber, 2A, number 2 team, number 1 team in the state. So it's a good defensive effort so far for this Viking team. Is a 3 up in the corner and good.
Just good interior passing by North Knox. It went in, it went right back out. It's 14-3.
And that was McKinley picking up her 4th point. Liv Emmons picks it up to Colleen. She's going to let a 3 fly up and no good.
And North Knox going to try to get out ahead of everybody. And what a save by the Lady Warriors. And Bar Eve going to get a shot. Ava Carter blocks Primus' shot. And Brunson going to come away with it, get it off to Emmons. And now it's going to be picked off, and this North Knox pressure is just really dialed up here in this second quarter.
Well, so many times when you get a stop, off a rebound or a turnover, the other team goes back and plays half-court defense. North Knox doesn't do that. They pick you right up.
Primus going to miss another 3. Now they're going to get a timeout. Coach Lacey Higgins has seen enough here so far. It's a 30. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. 14-3. North Knox leads at 5:23 left in the second quarter. We'll say, Jeffrey, hello to my mom and dad who are watching in outer Freelandville, Indiana, North Knox.
Well, it's good evening to the DeCourcys. Your mom, your lovely mom, just had a birthday here recently.
Yep.
Got to talk to him a little bit on Sundays. They came over to Adams Coliseum as the 4th grade girls played Gibson Southern. Vincent's Lakin came over and watched Daisy and the girls play. And
yep.
Always a treat to see your mom and dad.
Yeah, the old man's feeling better, so that's good. And we have seen that flu just wipe out a lot of high school kids, Jeffrey.
Yeah, it has, and January is always that month that really gets you.
So, no, we had a dinner with them the other night for my mom's birthday, Tuesday night. So,
is the place there still in Bicknell? Do they still go it that we used to always go to?
It used to be Cabela's. It's Nicole's now. Oh, yeah, they are regulars. They are regulars at Nicole's, as am I when I'm up there. So, no, they were at the North Knox Vincennes game on Saturday night, and they just really enjoyed it. They of course, my dad, anytime North Knox can beat Vincennes, that makes his day. So, old high school rivalries never die, Jeffrey.
Yes, no, they don't. No, they don't. Joe Doyle's 89, and he still gets a kick out of when Lagodi wins a game. So, nice backdoor pass from Ava Carter to Hannah Bledsoe as Bari had a back screen for Hannah, and she goes down to the block. Good pass from Ava, 14-5.
Stops the run for a little bit. Baseline jumper up, no good. Hannah going to grab the rebound, and now she is going to be fouled by Hamelman, and Bar-Eve going to get it back. Let's see if we can go on a little bit of a run. But the thing I don't like right there, Jeffrey, is now that allows North Knox to set their pressure up.
Yeah, it does. But right now Bar-Eve's got the two guards, and they've got three forwards in the game as Willow comes back and gets the ball, and she's going to be able to break it across half court. She's going to be double teamed, and she kicks it over to Liv. A three flies up and no good, but Brunson ties up.
And alternating possession going to go back to Bar-Eve.
Yeah, Liv was right on there. She had a wing three-pointer as Bar-Eve did a good job of swinging the ball cross court. So they've done that the last two times and had some success there.
Now on the inbounds, Liv going to set for another one. Got it. Liv's got 6 tonight. That's another cash for Kendall 3. Thank you, Brian Emmons, for donating $100 per made three-point basket. It's 14-8.
Yeah, and Liv, as you said earlier, she's looking to shoot. She's not hesitating. Just off the inbounds, she got it on the wing, and this was the opposite wing this time. She drained it.
And Hamelman's got it on the right baseline. She drives and kicks. North Knox going to set for another long one. No good. Good block out. And Brunson going to take it away. Now Willow Thompson going to head down lane here. Now North Knox going to run and jump. Liv's got it. Brunson down in the paint. She's going to be fouled. Bar-Eve going to get it on the baseline. And now that Bar-Eve has kind of settled down and attacked that first little line of pressure, Jeffrey, you can get a 4-on-3 or a 3-on-2 on the other end if you break that first wave.
And we're going cross court with our passes. We got guys or ladies coming back as Liv shoots another three. No good. Hit the back rim. It was right on target. Good shot for Liv.
Lady Warriors going to go down the lane. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Bledsoe. Gets it off to Willow. Here, Coach Lacey Higgins in the background saying, let's go.
Yeah, let's run a little bit of action for Hannah. See if we can get her again on the – and I like that. We're popping her out. You know, she's got the vision where she can see where her defender and start the offense. They get it down to her on the low post, and she gets stopped, and Bar-Eve's going to reverse the ball, see what they can do.
Well, I don't know how many back cut sets the Vikings have, but they've got Hannah going to the bucket 2 times in a row, and she's going to be fouled. They're going to say it happened on the floor and get it on the baseline.
Well, I think it's going to be bonus.
It's going to be a bonus, yeah.
And that was a pick and roll, and Liv did that was a hard pass as Liv hit Hannah on the roll there. Good pass there, and Hannah did a good job keeping it high. She got fouled, but we've got to be able to hit some free throws here. You know, with that South Knox game, you know, I think we missed 5 straight there in the second half.
And I'm going to put the reverse curse on here. Hannah has not shot it well at all lately from the free throw line, even though she's been good most of the season. Let's see if that does the trick. It does not, as it's going to roll out, but there's Ava Carter. She's going to pick it up and lay it in. That's 7 in a row for the Vikings, 14-10.
Yeah, nice job there by Ava. She came from the opposite block and got the rebound on the other side and just powered it back up. Because sometimes Ava doesn't go straight back up with it. Did a nice job there powering it back in.
So it's 14-10. Now North Knox, Sturgeon going to set for a long one. It's going to miss. Ball on the floor. And they're going to say last touch by Willow Thompson. And I think Willow's saying, I got dove on.
Well, and Coach Sam Gines is saying the same thing to the official right by him. He's like, she got a little push.
The only explanation from officials that I could never completely get on board with is when they say, well, they're both going for the ball. And it's like, if you applied that to everything, that's doesn't make a ton of sense. But North Knox is going to get it back with a 4-point lead, 14-10, under 2.5 minutes. Hannah going to poke it away. Ball going to be on the floor. Willow going to tie it up. It's going to be North Knox ball on the alternating possession.
Yeah, nice job by Hannah. And I thought they were going to call a foul on the reach around, but she did a good job getting all ball there. But they're still trying to throw it in to a girl, but I think that girl is just kind of a decoy where they're going to throw it right back out because Hannah has blocked about every shot.
North Knox with it on the baseline. Going to be cut off. Primus has it back. Murray back in that zone.
And they've switched it to a 2-3 zone now.
Yeah, and one of the things you see, these Bar Eve wings come really high sometimes. Now they're going to look inside. Ball going to be deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Willow Thompson. But they were looking for McCory, and Willow going to tap it out of bounds. Now on the inbounds. North Knox with it again. Ava Carter going to knock it off Primus. Primus going to touch it last. Bar Eve going to get it.
Yep, let's see what Bar Eve can do. Again, they got to face this full court pressure. And they got to come to the ball. They're going to throw it to Willow. And Willow's going to break the pressure.
Really nice inbounds pass right there by Ava Carter. Just threw it over the top. And Willow had it, caught it perfectly, headed down the floor. Now Emmons over to Willow, top of the key. Willow looking for Hannah Bledsoe. Hannah going to come out. Now the Vikings going to get in a set here. Liv's got it. Liv going to get a screen from Hannah. And bad pass going to be picked off. And here comes North Knox. Warriors, Primus, baseline. Her shot going to be short, rebounded. Willow going to come away with a good closeout right there.
And Ava Carter doing a good job on the box out. Ava's just so strong down there. Her and Willow did a good job going after the ball there.
Willow's got it. She's going to turn the corner. Long elbow jumper, no good. Willow going to pick it up. She's going to be fouled. Good job by Willow Thompson. And I'm looking out here, Jeffrey Doyle. Olivia Emmons is absolutely gassed. She has played 15 minutes in a row here in this first half. Kept us in it with her three-point shooting, but I'm not sure the last time she's played 15 minutes in a row. And and this is not 15 minutes of walk-it-up basketball.
No, and the first free throw goes down for Willow. This is just, when you're breaking that pressure, I mean, it's a physical toll on you because you're running back, you're coming back to the ball, you got pressure on you, and that defense, those girls, we're doing a good job getting out to the shooters. It's taking a lot of effort. As the free throw goes down, Ellie Knapp comes in the game.
And that's a 9-0 run for the Vikings, and suddenly, Jeffrey, it's a 2-point game, 14-12.
Yeah, Mariah Brunson goes out.
Ball poked away, ball on the floor, dive on it. North Knox going to come up with it.
And they keep on wanting to throw it in to the North Knox girl down low. I say give it to her because she's going to have a hard time scoring against Hannah.
Primus has it. Over to McKinley. Primus gets it back on the left side. Let's see if North Knox, we're coming up on 30 here. They're going to try to get the last shot. Sturgeon trying to get around. She's going to throw it in the corner, throw it out of bounds. Bar Eve going to get it. There's a little life in here all of a sudden, Jeffrey.
Yeah, the student section is getting up on their feet. This Bar Eve crowd is seeing a great effort so far by the Lady Vikings. Let's finish it off.
Here comes Liv Emmons. Liv going to try to get it down the floor. Over to Ellie. Ellie. Back to Willow. And looking for Bledsoe. Ball poked away. Ball on the floor. We got a collision. Bar Eve going to come up with it. Here comes Liv Emmons again. Looking for Hannah, and she's going to throw it just too high and out of bounds. And North Knox is going to get it back. I think one of the things that I think Coach Higgins can talk to the guards about at halftime is, hey, when you get in a hurry, just throw it up. Not throw it at, throw it up. And I think if we can do that in the second half, we're in a pretty decent spot here.
Yeah, we are. Let's see if we can get a defensive stop here.
Here comes McKinley. She's going to be picked up by, and they're going to throw it out of bounds, and Barry going to get it back with 2.2. And we're going to have the chance to take a couple dribbles and get a shot here, Jeffrey.
Yeah, and we're going to have Hannah down there, and they're going to put two girls on her. So let's do a decoy and get it to somebody else. And North Knox is going to play off. They're going to get it to Olivia. And
Liv just going to have to throw one. It's not going to go. Time's going to run out, but that's a 9-0 run to close it. And at halftime on the JJ's Concrete scoreboard, it's 14-12. North Knox leads it. Halftime tonight brought to you by Montgomery Medical, located across the street from Bar Eve High School, where Dr. Merle Zapple and his crew say there is no cure for Viking fever. North Knox 14, Bar Eve 12. Back for all of the halftime show after this timeout. And back at halftime here at Bar Eve, 14-12, North Knox leads it. The Warriors jumped out to a 14-3 advantage, but a 9-0 run by the Vikings to end the first half has cut this thing to 2. So if you're Coach Higgins in the locker room, you have got to be pretty thrilled so far with the effort here. A shorthanded Bar Eve team, as there's no Beth Graber tonight, and that's just precautionary. No, that's not what I would say. We're not sandbagging that at all. Beth just had a little minor ankle roll in practice a couple days ago. She has practice. She went through warm-up. She's done all that. But the coaching staff just erring on the side of caution as we head into the sectional next week at Springs Valley. Coach Lacey Higgins and the crew say that she's going to probably sit for the remainder of the night, and that's going to be all right. So halftime scoring, we're going to start with North Knox. It's a balanced effort. It started quickly, but they are going to have 5 Lady Warriors in the score column. They're going to be led by Alex McKinley. She has a 3-point basket. It was 1 of 2 at the line for 4. Lexi Primus made a 3 in the first quarter for her only 3. Madison McCory made a 3 in the first quarter for her only 3. And then rounding out the scoring, Reagan Hamelman and Sturgeon each with a bucket for 2 points each. For Bar Eve, it's been Olivia Emmons who basically kept the ship steady when the game started, when it was a 14-3 advantage for North Knox, but a pair of triples in the first half. Cash for Kendall 3-point baskets. She's going to lead all scorers with 6 at halftime. Also in the score column it's going to be 3 Lady Vikings with 2 points each. Hannah Bledsoe with a 2-point basket. She missed her only bonus free throw opportunity. Ava Carter with a made layup off of that missed free throw for her 2. And then Willow Thompson later in the second quarter, she's going to knock down a pair from the free throw line for her 2 points. Quarter scoring, it was 9-3 North Knox with the lead at the end of a quarter. Bar Eve outscores the Warriors 9-5 in the second quarter to cut it to 14-12 here at halftime. And Jeff Doyle, anytime you get to talk to the great Tim Grove, it's a nice night for you and everybody else. I've got to see him 2 days in a row now.
Well, Mr. Grove, sharp-dressed man. I was just admiring his pink shirt tonight with his pink tie, and I'm not making any fun of it. I just wish I could look that good in pink. So, Mr. Grove, he supporting both North Knox schools, our county schools, South Knox. He's superintendent there, and then his wife's on the coaching staff at North Knox, and his brother-in-law is the coach. So,
yep.
He's always a good supporter, and he just loves him some basketball. So he came over, and he said, North Knox is not playing that well tonight, but he said a lot of it's due to to this Bar Eve team and the zone that we're playing, our length. Ellie Knapp's getting a lot of playing time tonight. Her length, and you got Hannah, and then you got Olivia Emmons out there with her long arms, and this zone, and we're just giving a lot of effort getting the shooters. And, they're missing some shots, and he said the one thing that's uncharacteristic is North Knox is turning the ball over more than what he's seen. So this zone has been very effective for Bar Eve, but, kind of like the other night against North Davies, Bar Eve had such a good game. I'm talking boys basketball, had that 3-point lead, and North Davies came, the big favorite, came out of halftime and really took control of that game. And so you're Lacey Higgins, you really got to guard against these first 2-3 minutes of the third quarter, because I'm sure Coach Muir was not real happy with his North Knox Warriors. But I think our team had a lot to do with why they're not playing well. So hopefully we learned something, too, about against our pressure, because we can't turn the ball over near that much. So I'm sure we're going to try to make some adjustments, try to be able to score more, because 12 points is not going to be enough in the second half to win this game. But
no.
The defensive effort, going into a sectional, you got to be really pleased with that effort, and it's something kind of new. So, that might be something that, hey, we've got in our back pocket, coming into the sectional next week.
Yeah, certainly. So 14-12, North Knox leads it at halftime. Halftime brought to you by Montgomery Medical. We're going to take another timeout, and when we come back, second half action. Back to Bar Eve right after this. back at halftime, 14-12.
And it is going to be Bar Eve ball.
It'll be the 5 starters on the floor for Bar Eve. Let's look at North Knox. Looks like it's going to be 5 starters for the Lady Warriors as well. So 14-12. Bar Eve with it. Colleen's got it. Here we go. Trambaugh working on premise. Good help right there by Hamilton. Colleen going to switch it back. Over to Willow on the right side. Willow going to go down the baseline.
Good drive.
She's going to be bumped, and she's going to go to the line. No, she's not. They're going to say it took place on the floor before she got to the rim.
I don't know if I agree with that. That was a nice, as she was out on the wing, Willow was, and she just crossed over, got to the rim, and got fouled. So it'll be Bar Eve ball underneath their own bucket.
So Colleen going to get it into Willow. Willow over to Bledsoe. Colleen back to Liv. Liv to Colleen. Colleen on the left side. And she's going to have it poked away and out of bounds. Bar Eve going to get it back on the baseline again. But Ava had kind of sealed her defender, and she had moved her up the lane. And Colleen had a little avenue down there on the baseline, Jeffrey.
Yeah, she did. And Bar Eve 2 times in a row now, they've driven it hard, and they're going to throw that ball out of bounds. As again, they're trying to lob it down to Hannah, and just too much air. And just an errant pass.
Well, that was my prediction. Not that I'm great at them, but I knew that would be a – but Hannah had kind of been pushed up the lane right there, and North Knox is going to get it back on the turnover. 14-12, Warriors. Bar Eve back in that zone defense. And that's the one thing I've really been impressed in since we've really started using this zone is how well we communicate in it.
And that's a hallmark of a good zone is that you got to communicate. Can't have 2 people guarding the ball.
Yeah, I look out and I see Liv and Colleen, and they are just talking. So North Knox trying to get something going to the basket. Can't find anything yet. Sturgeon's got it on the right side. She's going to be checked by Willow Thompson. Now they're going to look inside. Ball poked away. Willow going to take it away. Willow going to get it to Colleen. Colleen going to pick it up. Here comes Bar Eve with a chance to tie or take the lead. Tramball's got it. Working on premise. She's going to spin it. Out to Bledsoe. Bledsoe over to Liv. Liv on the right side. Olivia Emmons going to hand it back to Willow. Now Liv's got it back on the left side. There's Bledsoe working to go to the rim. She's going to lay it up, lay it in. She may have been hit a little bit on the hip too, Jeffrey. We're tied at 14.
Well, and Hannah thought about passing it back out, but she just took her time and repivoted and just made a strong move. And errant shot by North Knox, rebounded by Hannah. Here comes the Vikings with the chance to take the lead.
Tramball over to Willow, back to Colleen. High-low, Ava Carter. Ball going to be on the floor. And there's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to give it back to North Knox.
Yeah, Bar Eve really looking for that lob, but, you got to make sure it's there. That time North Knox did a good job poking it away. So it'll be their ball on the possession arrow.
So 14 all.
But, we talked about these first 2-3 minutes of the first half or second half, and Bar Eve's done a good job. They've actually gained ground on the Warriors.
There's Hamilton trying to get down the lane. Primus going to set for one right at the top of the key. She's going to leave it long, but Hamilton going to run it down. North Knox going to get it again. And Hannah Bledsoe going to bother that shot. Willow going to pick it up. Hannah's really causing them problems in the paint, Jeffrey.
Yeah, and that was point blank, and she actually had a little bit of an angle, the North Knox girl, and she still couldn't make it. And there's a takeaway, but Bar Eve gets it down to Hannah on the baseline. Olivia has it. She throws it into Hannah. Her turnaround shot up, no good.
Hannah had a look at it. Here comes Sturgeon on the rebound. She's going to bounce it ahead. McKinley, she's going to be fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that time North Knox just beat the Vikings back down the floor on defense.
And that's been a rare occasion. Bar Eve's done a really good job getting back on defense, not allowing any layups. That time they got the ball down deep, and Hannah wasn't able to get back down to the lane, and they had a shot at the goal. Just good news was that they did not make the bucket as they missed the first free throw too.
Well, I think the Lady Warriors might be finding out what we've been saying for a couple of years, Jeff. These rims are not kind to shooters.
Oh, they're not. They are just not very friendly. We just keep on hoping that the break in here in the next year or so. But that was just an errant free throw.
So that one going to be poked out of bounds, but Bar Eve going to get it. We're tied at 14. There's been 2 points scored this second half, Jeffrey.
Yeah, and, the defense is just much like the second or first half. Bar Eve is, this zone is really bothering North Knox. As Bar Eve gets it in, and they try to cross over again, get lucky there.
Willow's got it. Willow Thompson, she's going to spin it back. Going to look to get into a set. Colleen's got it on the right side. She gets a ball screen. And now Hamelman going to foul Trambaugh. Bar Eve going to get it in front of their bench.
And the one thing you wonder in a game like this with North Knox, they got a little bit deeper bench. Will fatigue come into play? So far it hasn't. And, Coach Higgins, she's got a lot of timeouts, so if she sees her team getting tired, she can call a timeout. There's a pass in the backcourt to Willow, and she gets it across the timeline.
So Emmons has it. Liv going to hand it back to Colleen. Colleen going to bounce it over to Willow. Willow high on the right side. And they were looking for Ava Carter on that little circle cut. That's going to be kicked. That's one thing North Knox does so well, and I know their offense is not where they want it to be tonight. But, man, they have more deflections and just about anybody we've seen this year.
Yeah, very active hands. And, there they get the lob. And that time I thought Hannah might have got pushed a little bit. Here comes North Knox. Stop the ball.
And the Vikings did not, and they're going to lay it in 16-14.
And I believe that was number 1, Brianna Collins. Gets her first bucket. Puts North Knox back ahead.
And that ends an 11-0 run that has basically spanned almost 2 quarters. And pass going to be thrown out of bounds, and North Knox is going to get it back.
Well, this is the time where Bar Eve cannot let North Knox get on a run here. You got your defense set up. The last 2 opportunities on offense, both turnovers, so we got to correct that.
So Warriors with it. Premise 3 up from the corner, short. Hannah going to grab it. She's going to be fouled. And Bar Eve going to get it on the baseline.
Yeah, early in the game, North Knox had some threes going down as they had 3 3-pointers early, 2 in the first quarter, 1 in the second, and so far they haven't had any. Bar Eve just has 2 as well, those both coming from Olivia Emmons. Full court pressure, Bar Eve can't get it in, and they're going to get a timeout. Good timeout there by Lacey Higgins. It's going to be a 30.
We'll go ahead and take it. 3:45 left, third quarter, 16-14. North Knox leads it, back in 30 seconds.
Offering hometown medical care for the entire family. Dr. Merle Hosapple and his staff are ready to care for your medical needs. Rapid COVID testing available with results.
So Bar Eve will have it out of the timeout. 16-14, Coach Doyle.
Yeah, I mean, Bar Eve, this zone, it keeps on doing its job. We just got to be able to score more points. The last 2 times we've turned it over, so let's see what we talked about here. And this is going to be a 2-2-1, full court pressure for North Knox. Bar Eve breaks it.
And right down to Bledsoe. Bledsoe going to go up. No good. Ava going to pick it up. Lay it in, and we're tied at 16. The Viking crowd's getting rowdy, Jeffrey.
Yeah, and Ava Carter right there. And Ava's just gone up strong tonight. Went after the rebound and then kept it high and powered it back in.
Like I like to say with Brian Emmons, that's Ava Carter doing Ava Carter things. Junk buckets, running the floor, just making things happen. And we're tied at 16.
There's a place for players like that. Give a lot of effort. And she's a skilled player. She's an athletic player.
Yes. Now Sturgeon going to set for a long one. It's going to bank long. Liv going to pick it up. Get it back to Colleen. Here comes Bar Eve now with a chance to take the lead. Colleen Trambaugh. She's going to back it out. She's got a count. Now she's going to try to go to the rim. She's going to go all the way down, and the Vikings lead it 18-16. Jeffrey, we have a situation developing in Montgomery, Indiana.
Wow, and that was a great crossover dribble down the lane. That was a hard shot, a 3 up by North Knox, and nothing but net. And Coach Muir is going to call a timeout, full timeout.
We'll go ahead and take it. 2:37 left, third quarter, 19-18 North Knox. Back in 1 minute. 19-18, Bar will have the basketball out of the timeout. Colleen going to get it into Ava. Here comes Colleen with it. Just a little man-to-man run and jump pressure here. Willow's got it. Back to Colleen. The Vikes going to get in the set here. Colleen going to go down the lane again, pull up, 15-footer. It's going to bank long, and ball going to be on the floor. Ava going to tie it up. It's going to be Bar possession.
That was a great effort by Ava because that was North Knox's ball, but she just gave so much effort. As Colleen again made a nice move down the lane, pulled up from the free throw line, couldn't bank it in, but Ava got the tie up. It'll be Bar ball underneath their own bucket.
Bledsoe, she's going to flip it up, no good, but Ava going to run it down. So 2 offensive rebounds. Colleen going to set for a long one. Swish! 21-19, Vikes by 2. That's a cash for Kendall 3.
Thanks, Brian Emmons and Kirsten Emmons. That's $40 on the night for Bar Eve, or actually $30. That's the third one.
So North Knox with it. Bar Eve back in that zone defense. 21-19, Bar Eve leads it. Under 2 minutes left here, third quarter. Hamelman's got it. She's going to flip it over. McCory, now Hamelman, middle of the lane, 15-footer, no good. Hannah Bledsoe is coming towards her, and here comes Colleen. Bar Eve with a chance to extend it. Olivia Emmons going to be poked away. Ball going to be on the floor, and there's going to be a tie-up. Possession arrow back to North Knox.
Yeah, North Knox just relentless as Olivia had it, and they just poked it out of her hands. She was trying to get it over to Colleen. But the good thing is it's a turnover that they do not score in transition. It's kind of a dead ball turnover, so Bar Eve can set up their defense in this 2-3 zone.
21-19. North Knox trying to tie it. Coming up on a minute left here in the third quarter. That's McKinley with it. A couple of lefties. McCory. She's going to back it out, and they're going to reset. Now Hamelman. Hamelman's got it again in the right corner. She gets it again. She's going to try to get down the baseline on Ava Carter, and Colleen going to foul her, but that's not the worst thing in the world because that's only team foul number 2 on Bar Eve, and North Knox has to take it out of bounds again.
Yeah, no, good defensive stand as Bar Eve's doing a good job as when you're in a 2-3 zone on the wing, you want the up person to get that person because then the corner person can go out to the deep corner and grab that three-point shooter, and that's what North Knox is trying to do. So Bar Eve's doing a good job pushing people off. So the top 2 girls are really taking everything on the perimeter as far as shooters. Doing a good job matching up.
Skip pass. Hamelman's got it, top of the key. And Hannah Bledsoe going to block another shot, and putback going to be in. And North Knox going to be fouled. And they're going to go to the line looking to complete the 3-point play, and that was Collins.
And that'll be her 4th point of the third quarter. And they get the foul there on.
Yeah, that was on Ava Carter, I think. Yeah, that's her first. I was going to say, Hannah didn't get her up top, but I think Ava bumped her on the body. So North Knox trying to retake the lead. And they do, 22-21.
And that's 3 straight 3-point plays.
On the inbounds, and Willow Thompson going to be fouled.
And the foul's starting to mount up a little bit.
That's 4 for North Knox, and that is 4 on their senior starter, Reagan Hamelman.
Well, what would be big here, Mike, Bar, just to get the ball across and get the last shot of the third quarter because they have the ball starting the fourth quarter. So dangerous pass.
That was not a good pass. Now North Knox is going to take it away, and this could be a bad end here for the Vikings. Bar Eva's got to figure out a way to get a stop. North Knox still with it. We're coming up on 15. McCory's got it. Over to McKinley. We're coming up on 10. With some ball reversal. Sturgeon's got it. We're going to skip it over McKinley. She's going to go down the baseline. She's cut off. Going to spin it back. Left-handed floater, and that turnover is a killer. 24-21. North Knox leads it. Headed to the fourth quarter. Back after this 1-minute timeout. 24-21, but that is Jeff, if you would have told us today that, hey, at the end of the third quarter, you're trailing 2A number 1 North Knox by 3, I think everybody would have taken it until you saw the last minute of the third quarter.
Yeah, as Bar Eve had the lead, and then North Knox scores the last 4 points there to take or actually 5 points to take a 24-21 lead. So not a good close. Let's see if we can have a good start to the fourth quarter. And that we've been resilient tonight. We've bounced back. When we've had some errors, and so you got your starting lineup back out there for Bar Eve.
So Colleen with it. She's looking. Now Liv, top of the key. Colleen now with it on the right side, looking for Bledsoe. Over to Willow. Willow going to set for a long one. It's going to be wide, and North Knox going to run it down.
Yeah, I like the shot. She's wide open. Those are shots that Bar Eve's going to have to take, and they're going to have to hit a couple if they're going to pull off this upset tonight.
So North Knox, their first possession of the quarter. Sturgeon going to set for a long one. It's going to bounce long. Hannah going to grab it. She's going to be fouled. And they're going to get it on number 1, Collins. And this is where I give a lot of credit to Coach Muir. He's saying we have got to stop reaching. He doesn't care if there was a foul or the ball was touched. He's saying, listen, this is a situation that's mounting and we're causing our own problems. But now North Knox is going to take it back, inbounds turnover.
And the big thing, Bar Eve, the next free throw or next foul, Bar Eve is shooting the one in the bonus. So if you're Bar Eve, we've got to break this pressure and at least have a chance to where maybe they'll call a foul and they get it down one-on-one and they kick it back out, 15-footer, no good. And there's Ava with the rebound. Nice job by Ava. Willow is going to try to break this pressure. She does.
Willow going to pull up, 15-footer, in and out, no good. Rebounded by North Knox. Here come the Warriors with it. They are in a hurry. McKinley on the baseline. And Hannah going to block it. Take it away. Here comes Colleen with the basketball. Trambaugh out to Willow.
Yeah, let's see if we can free up Liv for a three here.
Now Colleen's got it. Let's see what the Vikes try to do to get organized right here.
And she's got to count on her, and I don't think she knows it. And there's going to be 5, yep.
Yeah, that's...
And you just can't have that turnover right there. But, again, I think we're getting a little tired here with 6:11 to go. But let's see if we can get another defensive stop. We've been able to do it all night.
24-21.
With the last 2 offensive possessions, we don't get a shot up. So we got to get shots up.
Warriors with it. 3-point lead. That ball going to be kicked. Yeah, and the big thing is when they try to throw it inside, Jeffrey, this is where our other 4 players besides Hannah, they got to stick to these shooters because that's all they're doing is they are throwing it in, hope the defense collapses, and they want to kick.
Yep, they're using the girl down low as a decoy, and we've done a good job here lately just staying with them, staying with the shooters.
North Knox with it. Going to kick it back out. McCory over to Sturgeon. North Knox not in any great hurry right here, but if I'm Bar Eve, I think I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, I mean, you get down the last 2 minutes, down 3, we'll take that right now.
North Knox with it. Sturgeon trying to get down the lane. She's going to kick it back. McKinley, little floater, got it. Good move by McKinley, 26-21.
And that's going to be her 8th point, and she's now the leading scorer in the game.
Ava Carter going to try to go around everybody. She's going to lay it up. No good, but Ava will go to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, that looked like that was going to be a 3-point play as it bounced around the rim and bounced out. But Ava will still have 2 shots. And that's another nice option. If Bar Eve can have another inside player they can throw the ball into, especially against one-on-one coverage. And Ava looked really sharp there. Did a good job getting to the hole. She knocks down the first free throw. That's 5 points for Ava.
26-22. Ava will have one more. Ava with one more. Second one on the way. Got them both. 26-23. Coach Lacey Higgins is going to take a full timeout. We're going to take one, too. We've got a 5-minute basketball game left. 26-23, North Knox leads it. Back in 1 minute. (26-23). Bar Eve trails it by 3. 5 minutes and 3 seconds left. It'll be Lady Warrior basketball out of the timeout.
Yeah, Bar Eve going to go back to the 3-2 zone. Got Ava Carter running the point on it.
So North Knox with it. Sturgeon.
And one thing North Knox hasn't done this half that they did a lot the first half, they had a lot of turnovers, so it'd be nice if Bar Eve could force a turnover here.
Yeah, that's one area that North Knox has cleaned up in this second half. McKinley's got it. Top of the key, McCory, back to McKinley. She's going to set for a long one. Bingo. Big shot right there. Now it's a 6-point lead, and that is a big, big shot.
And that's the first person in double figures as McKinley gets there. 11 points for her. See how Bar Eve responds, down 6. And they throw it up to Hannah Bledsoe, no good. Ava Carter's there to tie it up, but it will be North Knox ball as they'll try to increase this 6-point lead.
Yeah, and every time you don't get a shot now, and I know 4 minutes is a long time, but the way that this North Knox Warrior team guards a 6-point lead is a hill to climb.
It is, and this Bar Eve team, they've always scored in spurts, so we need one of those here. You probably need to shake loose for a three-pointer and probably create something with your defense.
Lady Vikings unofficially had 24 turnovers heading to quarter number 4.
And Bar Eve really extending the zone.
Now Sturgeon going to take a 3 from the corner, in and out, no good. So Bar Eve going to get one stop, but let's see if we can capitalize on the other end. Willow working on McKinley. She's going to cross the timeline. Bledsoe. And Hannah Bledsoe has got to go get the ball. She can't just let it come to her, not against North Knox.
Yeah, it's got to be a two-point jump stop. Go after it. Jump to it, secure it, turn around.
Travis Madison would say we need to do the meet the pass drill in practice.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And he is dead right. That is as basic as you can get. But no, that's what Hannah has to do. And if she does that, she's probably shooting free throws right now because they have to foul her. Colleen going to go down. Her shot no good. Rebounded by North Knox. Now they are ahead of everybody. And there's McKinley, and they're going to call a double dribble.
And I did not see that, but I was focusing on something else. And I know Coach Muir, he's complaining about it. And the referee said that she bounced it with both hands.
I didn't see it. The better angle would be on the huddle camera side. So if you're out there listening and you can send me a text message and tell me what you saw. Was it a double dribble? Because the only thing I could think is maybe she tucked it on her hip for just a second, picked it up and put it back down, Jeff. That's my angle. Now they're going to get a foul on Collins, and that's going to put Colleen at the free throw line with 3 minutes and 2 seconds left.
Yeah, it's going to, free throws at this point, 3 minutes to go is a really big, you just got to make some free throws here. You make these, you're within 2 possessions.
Colleen's free throw, got it.
and give Colleen 6 points. She has all of those in the second half for the senior playing her last game here in the new Viking Arena. As the out official comes in, he has a few words to say. I think he's telling the girls not to come in the lane too soon or come to the shooter too soon. The second free throw gets the friendly bounce. And Colleen does her job, brings it within 4 inside 3 minutes.
So 29-25. Barry with the basketball. Or North Knox with the basketball. Barry back on defense.
And there's a steal by Ava.
And here comes Colleen. Over to Liv. Liv going to take a long two, short. And they're going to get a foul on Ava Carter.
Well, Barry did what they wanted to. They forced the turnover, just couldn't get the three-pointer to go. And I think Liv might have been just inside the three-point line. So still a lot of time to go. And the other thing is, Barry only has 4 fouls, so you can be really aggressive. And then if you do start fouling, North Knox has got to hit some front-end bonuses.
29-25, 2.5 minutes left.
Oh, you got to watch back as Barry's really extending, and North Knox has somebody waiting in the corner of the cut. There's a 3.
Man, McKinley, she does it again, man. If it was not for McKinley tonight, North Knox would be in a world of hurt.
And she has 8 points this quarter, 10 in the second half, 14 overall.
That's their biggest lead since early in the game at 7, 32-25.
Let's see how Barry responds.
Ava Carter out to Liv. Now Colleen, a little high-low, going to be tapped out. And Barry going to get it on the baseline with 1:48.
Well, and as this game's gone along, Barry's done a better job of controlling the ball and not turning it over as much. I mean, they still turn it over too much, but it's been better this second half, been able to run more offense as we got a full timeout.
32-25, 1:48 left. North Knox leads it back in 1 minute. (32-25). Barry with the basketball out of the timeout. 1:48 left. Colleen's got it. Over to Willow. Let's see what the Vikings draw up. There's Liv. And her pass going to be deflected. Ava going to take it back. Over to Colleen. Colleen. Hannah in the lane. And Hannah going to be fouled on the floor. And with 1:32, Hannah's going to go to the line and shoot the bonus.
Nice patience for Barry as they threw it up to Hannah. She was able to get it. North Knox reaches in, fouls her, so it will be a bonus. This will be the last time that they're in the bonus, as North Knox coaching staff does not like it as they're protesting.
That's going to be 5 fouls on Brenna Collins, so her night's done.
Collins finishes her night with 5 points. She had a big third quarter. She had a 3-point play and another 2-pointer in the third quarter, so 5 points for her.
Hannah's free throw, got it, 32-26.
Collins is a 5'6" sophomore as Hannah gets her 5th point.
5'6" sophomore or a 5'6" sophomore, as our friend Chuck Crabb used to say. Hannah's second one going to be short, and Willow, oh my. There's going to be a jump ball, and Barry's going to get it back.
Well, and
if you're watching on the Viking live stream,
we got
see
a
the
big
North
break.
Knox fans.
Yeah, we got a break there. So, and it's going to be Barry ball. Hey, you got to take advantage of this.
It's on the inbounds. Willow out to Liv.
Let's bust a three
Yeah,
here.
let's get Liv open. Get her set for one. Colleen's got it. Minute 20. And Coach Higgins going to take her last timeout. And we're going to keep everything right here. It's a full timeout. Minute 19 left, 32-26. And Bar Eve, not dead yet, Jeffrey.
No, they're not. And, gosh, you have the ball down 6, minute 19. You've got a couple different options because North Knox, with a 6-point lead, I'm sure they don't want a three-pointer to go up. So maybe you'll get, full coverage out on the three-point shooter. So you may get a one-on-one situation with Hannah Bledsoe. So if you can convert that, get a quick bucket, get it down to 4, get your pressure on. This is good for Bar Eve because if you're going to be able to compete and try to win a sectional, you've got to be able to execute late in the game. So this is where you've got to listen to the coach, what they're trying to get you to do, go out and execute. And the other thing that I like what this Bar Eve team's doing, and sometimes they haven't been able to do it, is they've hit some free throws tonight as we're 7 for 8 on the night, or actually 7 of 9 on the night out of free throws. So let's see what we can do here.
On the inbounds, Bar Eve not moving, and the count is on. Colleen, just had to throw it in bounds, and Ava going to rip it back. North Knox going to get it.
Yeah, that's just an enforced error. I mean, because just like you said, we had the ball for probably a good second and a half, and we were not moving. And North Knox, that forces a tie-up. North Knox ball.
North Knox with it now. And now Coach Muir going to get a timeout at 4.5. So Bar Eve out of timeouts. North Knox going to take one.
As this game is it was going at a really decent clip. It's really kind of slowed down to a snail's pace here this second half, especially this fourth quarter.
So 32-26.
And just this has been an outstanding defensive effort by this Bar Eve team. And then as the game's gone along, they've done a much better job. They're still turning it over too much, but they've done a better job. They're not turning over at the clip they were in the first half.
Hey, by the way, real quick, a good reminder that, we can all get along and be friends. Sitting over in the front row of the Bar Eve student section is Jalen Mullen. So out here watching his sister Colleen play.
Well, he walked into the game with Seth Wagler. I noticed that earlier in the second half as him and Seth were having a conversation. So there's a long pass. Oh, and Liv, they're going to give a common foul as North Knox wanted an intentional as they are fouling from behind. They don't get it.
Yeah,
And that's a tweener.
It is a tweener. And you saw Nick Kavanaugh, speaking of North Davies and Jalen Mullen, Nick Kavanaugh got nailed. Same thing the other night in the JV Buggy Bowl. And the same thing. It wasn't a dirty play. It was just you were doing anything you could to give a foul.
North Knox gets it in, so give up another foul here. Maybe get a trap. They don't get the trap, but they get a foul. So now that's number 6. But if you're Bar Eve, you would like to get at least one good trap. Try to see if you can force them. If you can't, then make North Knox hit some free throws. The one thing you don't want to do is get beat and give up a layup. You want to make them earn points from the free throw line.
Warriors and Hannah Bledsoe going to foul. Yep, and that's going to put
number 2.
That's going to put Madison McCory at the line to shoot the bonus.
And Madison had a three-pointer in the third quarter. Be her first trip to the free throw line. North Knox only has 3 free throws on the night. They're 2 of 3.
Free throw is up and got it.
Yep, hits the back rim and falls in. Thought it was going to be a little bit long, but just grazes the back rim and goes in.
Corey's second one is long. Good rebound by Bledsoe. Let's see if the Vikes can get a score here. Here comes Colleen sprinting it. She's going to go all the way to the rim, lay it up and lay it in. Good job by Colleen, 33-28. With a minute left, here comes North Knox with it. They will be in the bonus for a little while. Let's see if the Vikes can get a trap here, Jeffrey.
And here comes Ava Carter, and she's going to give a foul. They don't get the trap. But 52 seconds to go, 5-point game, and it's going to be a bonus. So make sure you box out here. But that was a nice coast-to-coast move by Colleen, and she's so quick. I was just wondering if she could finish that. She did a great job finishing.
Flipped it up and got it to go. So premise at the line, bonus opportunity. It's going to be long, rebounded by Willow. So Bar Eve still with a chance, a 5-point game. Under 50 seconds.
Plenty of time to run offense.
Liv going to set for a long one. It's going to be short. Tapped around. Colleen going to come up with it. Tram ball. Does not have to be a three here, Jeffrey.
And no timeouts for Bar Eve. Still have time. Colleen thought about a three. Inside 30, and Colleen, no good. As she had to shoot a three net, we're down to 24.8 seconds. North Knox ball, game's still not over. Timeout for North Knox.
It's going to be a full 33-28. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back after this. Back at Bar Eve, 33-28, 24.8 seconds left, Jeffrey.
Yeah, as Bar Eve's going to put some full court pressure on. If you have time to maybe do one quick trap. If you don't get the trap, get a steal, you got to give up a foul. North Knox is still going to shoot. One in the bonus. Here the key is you don't want to get beat long. As you know, North Knox is going to send somebody long, so Bar Eve's got to do a good job communicating. You got Hannah Bledsoe on the ball.
On the inbounds, got Hamelman, and it's going way up in the air. Intercepted by Colleen. Here comes Bar Eve. Colleen going to pull up. Three. In and out. No good. Rebounded by North Knox, and, man, it rolled around and popped out.
Oh, good look by Colleen. As she's the one that had the steal there. Came down and shot it. And if we can get this kind of offensive output from Colleen, there's going to be some good things happen for this Viking team next week.
So McKinley, who's been the savior for these Lady Warriors in the second half, she's going to shoot. It's a regular bonus. And her free throw is good, 34-28.
And she has 9 points in this last quarter, so
yeah,
she's been the difference in the game.
She's just been a steadying force. It's not just been the shots she's made, but how she's handled the ball, the decisions she's made. Really impressed with her. 35-28, football score. Here comes Colleen with it. Colleen, she's going to lose it out of bounds, and North Knox going to get it back, and that's pretty much going to do it with 12.6. Bar Eve is going to apply a little pressure, and North Knox going to travel with it, so with 11.3, Bar Eve going to get it back.
Yeah, good defense there for Bar Eve, as they're not going to concede anything at this point. And Colleen's going to take the ball out for Bar Eve. North Knox still applying pressure.
So 11.3. Vikings will get another shot, it looks like here.
Down 7. There's a pass to Willow. She comes up with it. She's going to be fouled.
That's it. Coach Steve Muir, he's going to be glad for the win. North Knox is going to win the Blue Chip Conference Championship outright. But I think this is going to be a situation, as Willow going to knock the first one in, where I think the losing coach tonight's probably going to feel better about her team headed into next week than the winning coach.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely something to build on for this Bar Eve team.
Second one from Willow, short. Hannah going to grab the rebound with 9.1. Hannah Bledsoe going to shoot 2.
Yeah, and this is just going to be Hannah's third and fourth attempt, as it's a double bonus. Hannah with 5 points on the night.
Free throw coming. Hannah's got it. 35-30. 9.1 seconds left. Second one on the way. Got it as well, 35-31. So now Bar Eve going to pick up in some more full court pressure. it can still get interesting, and there's going to be a foul on Colleen. She's going to foul Sturgeon with 8.5, and that's going to be double bonus for North Knox. And that's going to be 5 fouls on Colleen. And Jeffrey, I'm going to stand up and give Colleen Trambaugh a hand as she's going to foul out on her last game here at Bar Eve.
Yeah, excellent game by Colleen. As really that second half, she kind of took over for this Bar Eve, gave them a offensive spark as she scores all 9 of her points in the second half.
Sturgeon's free throw is long. She'll have another one. 8.5 left. And the second one on the way from Sturgeon is good. 36-31. Bar Eve going to get one more crack at it here. Willow going to cross it. Try to get down the lane. There's Liv. She's going to fire one, falling out of bounds. Hits the side of the backboard. That's going to do it. Vikes had to put it up quick. A good effort tonight. Bar Eve battled, but the Vikings fall in their regular season finale. And we are headed into sectional play. Bar Eve closes out the regular season with 13 wins. As we mentioned, their best output since, I believe, 2017. Don't have the John Harrell pulled up in front of me, but a winning season nonetheless. Vikings made big strides this year. And we head into season 2 for the Vikings next week. 36-31, North Knox wins it here tonight. We're going to take a post-game timeout, and when we come back, Jeff Doyle will have all of tonight's final statistics, build-ups, and 4 tough player of the game and more. 36-31, North Knox wins it. Back after this timeout. Back at Bar Eve, 36-31. North Knox wins it tonight, Jeffrey.
Yeah, they do, and but a good effort by this Bar Eve team, especially. What were we down? Was it 14-2?
14-3.
14-3, and at that point, you're just like, okay, we hope we can keep it competitive the rest of the way, but that was far from the case. This Bar Eve team believed that they could compete with this team. Credit to our coaching staff, credit to our girls for believing that, battling it, had a great defensive plan. Just a few too many turnovers, but we did a lot of things tonight that can help you win a sectional. Now, you got to put it all together, and you got to get rid of some of these turnovers. If you do that, boy, we're going to be right there, and just awful excited to see what happens next week. So I've got some final scoring. We'll do North Knox first. They're going to be led in the scoring tonight by Alex McKinley. She had 16 points, and she had 10 of those coming in the last quarter. So you said she's not here tonight. I think we're looking at an upset tonight.
Yeah.
But 16 points for Alex. She had two two-pointers, 3 3-pointers, 3 or 4 from the line, 16 points. 3 points for Sturgeon. She had 1 or 2 at the free throw line and a field goal for 3 points. Lexi Primus had a 3 for 3 points. Brianna Collins with 5 points. She had 2 two-pointers, 1 and 1 in the line, 5 points. Reagan Hamelin points. She had a field goal in the first quarter. Madison McCrary had a 3 in the first quarter for 3 points, and then coming in the second half, 2 two-pointers, 1 3-pointer, 2 the line, 9 points for her. Next up was in the second half. Good night for Olivia, 6 points for her. Also, and I believe that does the scoring for Bar Eve. And I'm going to turn it over to Coach Higgins. And
Vikings fall tonight 36-31, but Coach, man, it's 14-3. And I'm already trying to figure out what time I'm turning on FS1 and the Big Ten Network, and I got the
with that injury, and we're tied game. Like, we're right there. That team is a heck of a team. Our defense, I think, was a big part of their missed shots. I don't know if Doyle had enough room.
And confirm what we had at the end of 3 quarters, but yeah, you're on track.
And when you play a team like that that's going to be up in your shorts from one end to the other end, you're going to have turnovers, but to know that we did that against a lot. Coach Holt said something on our Facebook book. He said, "What a game to try to have some momentum."
Oh, again tonight, and I just
She had, but I bet it would be up there because I felt like any drive they tried. I mean, and they stopped. They were kind of getting yelled at because they stopped trying because she was blocking everything. So, and she just makes everything wide, more open on the defensive end or on the side. They're double teaming, and that let us kind of drive because they didn't leave Hannah too. So Colleen had a few drives, and it was wide open.
Well, obviously, we move into the sectional now. Just assume, all right, we're playing Tuesday, Friday, and then hopefully Saturday. Not the case for the Lady Vikes next week.
That isn't the case. And I hate that we hung around with South Knox for about 3 quarters. I was there on Tuesday night. So we're going to have to play our best to beat Shoals on Wednesday night, first game at 6 o'clock. And then everyone else waiting.
You know, we referenced it on the broadcast. If this was a sectional tonight, Beth Graber plays. I mean, you know, and
quarter, and I looked at her because for 20 minutes she begged me that she was playing tonight. She was playing tonight. She was playing tonight. She was trying to shoot. She was unconscious, she said, but like shooting off 1 foot. So I look at her because I'm kind of desperate, backtracking. She's like, "I think I could do offense. I just don't know if I could play the defensive speed that this game is going." So it's hard to keep her out, especially her last game at Viking Arena.
Even after a loss, Coach, you are surrounded by your fan club up here on Media Row.
Those are some of my favorites too.
I mean, you've got a Doyle behind you,
I know.
And we're not talking Jeff. We got to our right.
They got some big games Sunday too, so we gotta keep.
All right. Well, Coach, closing thoughts.
Well, we're gonna get busy. We broke down all 16 trip tonight. Got them out of retirement, and I'm hoping they went to the game. Who knows where they ended up? But
did they go to French Lick? If they didn't, I'm going to say you're not getting a scouting report.
Well, they better bring one.
Congratulations on a great regular season, and we'll catch you A, tomorrow at school, but B, as we get ready to head into sectional play.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, Sparty back tonight, no doubt about it. And Jeffrey, were you through all of the stats?
Yeah, just finishing up for Bar Reeve. They had tonight player of the game. You know, you could go couple different ways. You know, Ava Carter with a really good game. Olivia Emmons, her defense, her three-point shooting in the first half. But we're going to go with we're going to need that. We're going to need more people to score and just not be Hannah Bledsoe next week. And we stayed toe-to-toe, and, you know, and we got down 14-3. That's what impressed me so much about the girls tonight.
No doubt about it. Or even the Juggerocks squared off. We'll hit the air about 7:15. So for my friend, my partner, Barry Principal Jeff Doyle, I'm Mike DeCourcy. 36-31, North Knox wins it tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow in Martin County from Shoals. God bless.